Awesome. We are live. Amazing. We are live. Mhm. Fantastic. We are live actually. Wow. Hello. Good evening, everyone, from wherever you are. Please come and join us. We are going to have a fantastic session this evening. And I tell you what, we started this last week, but you know, tried one or two things, and after recording, we didn't see the video anymore. So we've come back to retry again. Anyway, I'm Christy Amalu, and I am the CEO of a Well Woman Network UKCIC, also the founder of a Well Woman TV. So today I have a special guest beside me. We just want to, talk about something that resonates with almost everyone across the globe. Yes. Most times or all the times we see a particular set of people being celebrated. We have the Mother's Day, we have the International Women's Day, we have the Girls' Day, we have all sorts. But for this particular set of people, I think it's just one celebration we have for them every year. So this year, we just want to do something away from norm, to just have a chat about this particular set of people, how things have been going on, just using one particular person as an example. So I've got with me here my special guest, my special guest ambassador, Pastor Bernard Amalu. You're
Thank you.
welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming to A Woman TV. So last week it was all about the men.
Sure.
You guys were being celebrated. You were all over the place, receiving gifts, receiving accolades, receiving pleasantries,
Yeah.
phone calls, Facebook messages, YouTube, everything, was geared towards you guys.
Yeah. Sure.
So today, I said, let's just have a chat about who is actually a dad. Who is a dad? Yeah.
That, like you already know, is happen to be the male counterpart to the family in regards to the woman, the very person that was able to provide a child, or not provide a child in the family, had a female figure. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are biologically responsible for a particular child. You could be a dad to a child that's not even yours. So it's just a title and a role, if I may put it that way.
Wow. So a dad can be a title and as well it can be a role.
Yes.
Wow. So it's quite a double, responsibility there.
Yes.
So title you might earn it because probably you are a dad to someone that is not biologically
Biological,
yours.
yes.
Yeah.
A
Or
role is when you see yourself playing that role of a dad in an individual's life, like a child's life, which again is quite encouraging and should be, of course, supported. You don't really need to be a dad to a child biologically for you to play that role, for you to be there for that child, for you to help reshape that child and direct him to the better part of the future that's going to be profitable to him and to you and the public in general.
fantastic. Okay. So, like I was saying, that last week it was all about you guys here, all
Sure.
about the fathers, the dads, all over the world. They were being celebrated. And I just want to ask you, if you don't mind, what does Father's Day mean to you? And how do you feel about being a dad?
Well, the word celebration is a great pointer to something that is worthy, something that is nice, because the English will say whatever that is good can be rewarded. you wouldn't celebrate something that is not very, very interesting, something that hasn't got any value or impact. So for that to be celebrated, it is important for me as an individual, as a father. When Father Day comes, and I see my family around me, essentially gonna see my wife and the children sometime early in the morning, or probably gone out before they wake up. I'm back from home. Sorry, I'm back from work, and they gather around me to say Happy Father's Day with a present, with prayers. Honestly, nothing beats it. It's so, so, so good. And every father, I believe, often look forward to that very particular time where people want to celebrate. Then away from family, you have a lot of people all over the world, the social media, phone calls, text messages, even email, just say good and brilliant thing about you. It feels so good for one to be celebrated, essentially as a father. Either, like I said, as a title or as a role. With either way, you will feel so good being celebrated. I do, and I believe that no one, except someone that probably not, well, right up there, that will say that he does not want to be celebrated as a dad. It is important to me, and I enjoy it, and I encourage people to celebrate their dad. Wife, encourage your children to celebrate their dad. Family, celebrate your dad, because our role is so pivotal in a family and in direction or in directing children on how to be. You need to be there, not just as a title. You need is a title, is a role. You must see how these two can be married together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So actually, you need to see how these two can be married together, both as a dad,
Is a title
as a
or a
title,
role?
as a role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if you don't mind me asking as well, can you share a memorable moment or story from your experience as a father so far?
As a father, having come as much as I've come, marriage and having children, there are bound to be memories, brilliant memories that you can't even count. First and foremost, the first day you become a father, I mean, the first day a child arrived this world through your contribution or through your wife is an experience that you can't ever forget. It's a memory that lasts forever. Essentially, that child that makes you father for the first time is a memory you can never, never, never trade with anything. Then other memories can come when these children start growing, when they're small. You see yourself getting involved in their life in their early stages. You see yourself even changing nappies, such as self even bathing them and doing things for them, taking them to school, doing school run. They are all brilliant time as a father. Then you see them grow from one stage to another. So the memories are countless. You can count them, but there are several of them as a father. If you are actually an involving father in your home, you are bound to have great memories as far as the children's growth and caretaking is concerned.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And also, what is the most rewarding part of being a father? And what challenges have you faced so far?
Rewarding part, the most rewarding part, like even the answer I gave you before is part of that rewarding. Watching your children or your child grow through some of the inputs or being impactful in that child's life is quite rewarding, except when you see them move from one stage to another, graduation from nursery to primary, secondary, and even out of the university. They are very, very, very encouraging and quite rewarding as a father. You love to feel, even if no one celebrated, you love to see, oh, Father Lord, I thank you that you gave me the zeal, the tenacity, the energy, the resources, the everything you require to see this child go through these stages and become better for the family first and for the society. These are the brilliant rewards. Then we're going to talk about challenges. Yes. Again, that being a title and a role comes with uphill tasks. It's not an easy task because it involves a lot of energy, involves a lot of resources, involves a lot of your time. Watching those kids grow, taking them to school, doing things for them. I can remember those days that I have to take them to library to sit down with them So, okay, you know what? I just want to inculcate the idea of being a studious person. Let me see how you can pick a book, read the book, and after a while, I want to see you write a little essay of what you wrote about, what you read about that book. Then sometimes you have got to come back home, you have to get to work, have to come back again, do the school run. Sometimes you are sleepy on the steering, sometimes you have to drop them off. I remember some days that I came back from work, I had to take my little girl to school. I got to the school gate, and honestly speaking, I don't even know when I slept off on the steering. I parked already. And I remember the young girl would say, Dad, the gate is open. Can I go now? Oh, so these are challenging and they are interesting too. So let's stop there. Cheers. Yes.
Oh
It
my
could be
word.
funny.
Yes,
It wasn't really funny those
we
days.
can't forget the school
Yeah,
run
yeah,
days,
yeah, yeah.
honestly,
You
especially
cry.
when you live in the part of the world where we live in,
Yes.
where you can't even you don't have, in fact, it's
No
DIY.
help. You got
Yeah,
to do it
do
yourself.
it
So it's quite
yourself
challenging.
method,
Yeah, but very
honestly.
interesting. You'll
Yeah,
enjoy it.
yeah.
Don't be scared.
Honestly, and that's part of the process. They are quite challenging, but they form your story.
Yes.
So by tomorrow, at least you have something to say.
Sure.
I know that time it was very, very challenging. Coming back from night shift, you have to take a child to school, especially during the nursery times. You take them to nursery, and then you're looking for 2.5 hours. You will catch sleep 2.5 hours, and then you're rushing back again to go and pick them.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, it's quite challenging, but we really, really thank God that we can watch them grow,
Yes.
and then we can tell them as a story. We can use them as part of our journey. Thank you so much. And how do you think being a father has changed you as a person? How do you think it has influenced you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to influence you one way or the other. Because if you have lived as a young person, as a young man, and you got married and the children start coming, a lot is going to change because your timing now is no longer be for you. It's going to be for one, their mom, who happen to be the wife first, and the children. There's a lot around you that's going to change because you're going to live not just for yourself, you're going to live for those kids. There are times you want to go and have friends, have some fun with your friends. You can't be. In fact, even when you want to take ordinary holiday during the year, you have to consider the time to take this holiday. You're going to take this holiday during their own time because you need to take them. You can't just wake up and say, I need my holiday. They have to look into their own curriculum, look into their own plan, and say, I got to take this holiday when my children will be at home with me so I can take them out. So it changes a whole lot that you want to do. It changes your timing, changes your whole being, changes who you are. Sometimes there are things you want to do, but you remember, oh, wife, children, I can't do this. How would they feel about this? Unlike someone that is alone who doesn't have anybody responsible to, is answerable to, you can say, oh, I can down the consequences, let me get it, you don't get on this. But when you're a family man, you're a father, you're a husband, there are things around you that you have got. In fact, you wouldn't even know when the changes are taking place because sometimes they're automatic, especially when it has to be the thinking, when you have to place them first because your family, your children come first, everything you do. So that is a major change. It has taken almost part of you because you're almost living a life that not just about you, but about the family. So that's a great change. Thank you.
Fantastic. And also morally as well, being a father, there are certain things you might want to do on your own. Um, and yes, you can do it when you're there, just standing by yourself. But if you remember that people are looking onto you,
Of course.
it will actually affect
Yeah.
how you react to things, how you behave to others,
Yes. Yes.
because you do not only teach children by what you say to them, they watch your actions as well.
Yes, because firstly, as a father, when your children start growing up, you will know that you're already a role model. They're watching you. So whatever you are doing is what, because nobody has ever shown them anything except what you are doing. So what you are doing is what they think is the way things are done. So you have to be careful what you are doing around them because it's more like a blackboard. Their mind is like a complete blackboard, nothing is written on it. So whatever they see you doing exactly what is being written on that blackboard in your heart. And should they grow up that way without changes, that nobody looking and say, oh no, you can't do this. Honestly, you have just made that child believe that that's the best way to go about life. Like, like you want to talk to somebody, you want to do things around them, you see yourself, no, say, I can't even talk like this because the kids are here. So it changes so much. Honestly, that's just so much.
It's true.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. And then, what advice will you give to a new dad or somebody that wants to venture into this role? You know, a young person or even a mature person that is not yet a dad but is trying to go in to become a dad. Do you have any advice or, anything you can say to them?
Yeah, well, let me begin by saying to you, of all that I've just said this evening, don't be scared because it's at the end of the day, the dad as a title and as a role has more of merits than demerits. So everything you do is quite obligatory because you need to do these things to make things happen better. Now, as a new person coming into the scene, I will want you to understand one thing, that one, there's a task ahead. No, no jokes about that. That there's going to be some level of responsibility from your side. You got to know that a life is going to be trusted in your hand. Probably you're married or you're not married. When a child is coming, there are going to be three people now. Maybe if it's a twin, if it's triplet, that's multiple. Always remember that some level of responsibility is about to be born. You're about to be responsible for people. You're about to care for people. You're about to move for people. So you start thinking of how balanced you are emotionally, physically, and otherwise. You need to gear up and ready that there is something new that is about to happen. If your wife is pregnant today and you're expecting a child to come, begin to gear up. The role of a father is one that is interesting, but it is demanding, it's challenging, but it's very rewarding. That's what I can say to you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You said it's demanding, it's
Challenging,
challenging,
yes.
and it's rewarding.
Very quite rewarding.
Okay, so if you're a dad out there and you are listening to us today, or a dad to be, please, we just want you to, carry this role, with dignity, with
Yes.
passion, knowing that, much has been given to you and you actually need to give in returns. Okay, because a time will come when you look at the proceed of all those things you have done, all those sacrifices, right? You will just be amazed by your contribution. And if no other person says well done, at least you can give yourself a pat on the back,
Sure.
knowing that you have helped to mold a life, you have helped to shape a future for someone. So we need you guys, okay? So as we come to the end of this interaction, okay, we just want to celebrate every man, every dad there, every father, every fatherly figure that is there. We just want to take a moment to appreciate the incredible things you do out there. We also want to tell you that you are pillars of strength, you are source of love and guidance. And every day we celebrate you. You are heroes. You shape our future. You shape the futures of the family. All right. So please don't neglect your role. Don't run away from your role. Always come back. Always stick to what, the assignment you have taken. All right. Like you've heard definitely from, a fellow man like you. Yes, you need patience. You need endurance. You need perseverance, and you can achieve it. All right. So, to all the dads who work tirelessly, who show unconditional love both to their partners, to their children, and who make sacrifices for their family, we see you all. Wherever you are, we see you and we appreciate you. We celebrate you not only on Father's Day, but we celebrate you all the time. Okay? So, I just want to say thank you to my special guest today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you for
Bless you
coming.
too.
Yeah.
Bless you.
So from time to time, I'll be getting him in and other people as well, so we can share some, life changing situations, scenarios, so that we can embrace these things and continue to live healthily. Okay,
Yeah.
so just from a woman TV, we just want to say thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and share.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Thank you
Appreciate
so
you.
much. God bless you. Bye bye. Till next time.
Thank you.
Bye. Keep
Bye.
keep watching a woman TV.